Hey guys, Dark Skeleton here, and it turns out that the Android version of Hearthstone is finally beginning to come out. Though currently it's only in Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. I find that a little bit hilarious that it actually doesn't include the US, but it will be out in a few days there too. So according to the Blue Post, as long as you're playing on a compatible Android device, you will have the complete Hearthstone experience at your fingertips, and just like they did with the iPad, by installing it, launching it, and playing it on your Android device, you actually get a free pack of cards. Now, you may have realized that Hearthstone is actually quite a little bit more complex, nice looking, and has better animations than the average mobile game does. So there are actual system requirements for being able to play it, and that includes having a 6-inch screen or larger, having Android 4.0 as the operating system, which is kind of a big deal because a lot of the older Android devices, especially phones, are actually running versions of Android that are below 4.0. Won't be as big of a deal because, for the most part, only tablets actually have a screen that are 6 inches or larger, so you probably aren't going to be able to play it on your phone in the first place. And the last requirement is that your device has to have 1 GB of RAM. From what I've seen of tablets the last couple of years, most systems which actually have a screen size 6 inches or larger are also going to have the hardware specifications to run this. But just to be on the safe side, you probably want to check out their verified devices list before you go run out and buy a tablet just to play Hearthstone. I'll have the link to that in the description down below. So to comment a little bit on Hearthstone coming out for Android, it's actually something I've been waiting a really long time for. I don't really have any Apple devices, so I wasn't able to play on the iPad. But I don't blame Blizzard for going for the iPad first, because if I recall looking at the data, app users who actually use Apple devices tend to fork over a lot more money for products than Android device users do. Android people typically expect free a lot more than Apple users. But I mean, is that really so unexpected? Because to get a bloody iPad or iPhone in the first place, you want the newest version, you have to fork over $50,000 for it. Or even more than that in some circumstances, to be honest. Now, it is really cool that you can play Hearthstone now from just about anywhere as long as you're walking around with a tablet, but it's a little bit of a shame that they weren't able to really make it work on phones. It's understandable though, because like, look at the screen right now for the Hearthstone game going on in the background. There is a lot of stuff on that, and in order to move cards around like this on a phone would require some extremely pinpoint accuracy, and I don't think Blizzard wants people to lose games just because they're playing on a phone. It works on a tablet because tablets were designed so that you could have touch mechanisms for moving around on the screen, and although phones definitely have those these days, I think it would be really hard to play Hearthstone at all. If they ever do find a way to really make it work with phones, maybe restructuring the interface a little bit, then I'm sure there's a lot of money to be made there for Blizzard. But I haven't seen any signs that they're actually planning on doing that. So now that they have the long-awaited mobile version of Hearthstone out on Android devices, what's the next feature you'd really like to see in Hearthstone? Personally, for me, it's multiplayer. I'd like to be able to play with my friends, my girlfriend, and not have to destroy them every single game. If there was like a co-op adventure for fighting NPCs or 2v2 mode, that would be pretty cool as well. But that's just me. What about you guys? I've been Dark Skeleton, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.